Hoi hoi! It's louisity again, and for this video I'm gonna do something a little bit positive, from something kind of negative, and that is reacting to 5-star books of books that I didn't like. And for this video is gonna be particularly about Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Y'all, if you've watched my reading vlog of this and even with Cricket Kingdom, yeah, watch it so that you'll know what I mean. And I was also trying to read the reviews, and I was trying to look for reviews to sort of react on, and I'm like, I'm trying to be a little bit more positive, but I can't help but dissent in some of the things. But anyway, just to let you know, I'm happy for y'all. If you enjoyed it, great for you. Well, my reading experience of this one's just not that great, so without further ado, let us begin. Reread. When I first skimmed Six of Crows, I didn't like it, but then out of nowhere I wanted to give it another try, and boy, did I make the right decision. This book shook me. I loved it so much. How am I supposed to wait for 2 weeks for the second book to come? Great for you that you decided to reread it, because great that it kind of sparked some interest in your brain, that you wanted to reread it. I have no intentions of rereading this duology. If I can just unhaul it, honestly, wait for me to sell it, or I don't know when I'm already in that position to donate the books. Yeah, just to kind of clear things up of why it's still with me. Yes, I do have some thoughts about unhauling it, or unhauling actually the duology, but it's just all about timing. And speaking of timing, great timing for you, because when you reread it at the great time, you liked it. When you read a story and you get that feeling that you just cannot shake it off, you are so happy and you feel like you are gonna miss this so much in days, months, or years to come. You savor the moment, I think that's what it meant, between the pages. You immediately want to go back to continue reading it, yet you wish the pages were longer to avoid a finish. It is your safe and happy place whenever you think about it. This story is that for me. Now, I was about to sing Shake It Off along that way. I felt like it was hefty and I dissent. It was hefty for me, so. But great for you that you liked it. Why did it take me so long to pick this up? What a ride. This was exactly what I needed and so much more. I'm tempted to give this a 4.75 star rating, but I want to mull it over a little while longer. Now, there's a slash in that sentence. Added, who am I kidding? This deserved a full 5 stars. I was a little unsure about the pacing somewhere around the middle of the book, but to be fair, it was due to some of the character development, and the characters were my fave part. So who am I to resist a little extra time getting to know them? Nevertheless, this was so much fun. Love the heist, love the world, especially after having read the Grisha trilogy. It was awesome to explore somewhere new. Most of all, I love the characters. They were all so intriguing, with fascinating life stories. They were so distinctive as well. Each had such a strong personality, and I'm finding it impossible to narrow down to a favorite. I cannot wait to jump into Cricket Kingdom and see where the story and these characters take me. Now, the only thing that I wish that I felt is that, why did it take me so long to pick this up? I was looking forward to feel that way, when I was filming, the reading vlog for Six of Crows, and I was or about to get into it, I was thinking okay, when I film this reading vlog, I'd be why did it take me so much time to read this? I've been seeing this in book 2 for a couple of years, or nearly a couple of years already, and I've been seeing the books in National Bookstore or fully booked, different bookstores basically, and I would be I'm gonna go crazy, something like that, but I didn't get it. And the part that this person liked, I'm not really a character-driven kind of person, especially when it comes to fantasy books. And one thing that I noticed about this book is it's, certainly or started in certain scenes, that just didn't like make sense of the overall narrative. Like suddenly a backstory of this character suddenly appeared in the middle of like after this scene. It's like they're already in the heist or something. It's like, ooh. Didn't like the sequencing of this one. So great for you that you like these people. You know, I mean, if you're looking for like likable characters, probably, which by the way, I didn't really like Kaz Brekker, by the way, but if you tend to like Kaz Brekker and the rest of the squad, then maybe this book's gonna be for you. No mourners, no funerals, all the rumors were true. This was brilliant, and the thing is, I don't even know why it took me so long to finally read this, but I've seen the light, and there is no going back now. Six of Crows is set in the same world as a Grisha trilogy, but unlike those books which had a chosen one theme, this is a fantasy heist book. Kaz Brekker, renowned thief and a master conman, has been hired for an impossible job. A new drug called Jurdaparem has been invited that targets Grisha, them folk with magical abilities. It enhances their powers and makes the user addicted. Kaz has to break into the ice court and free the man who created this drug, a man who is being hunted for his knowledge. The thing is, the ice court has never been breached, so Kaz pulls together a team, the Six of Crows. Yes, going back, I didn't see the light, unfortunately, and honestly, I'm thinking about maybe I would like the Grisha verse maybe a little bit more, so we'll see. It has been a long while since an author has taken me on an adventure that I did not want to leave behind. Leigh Bardugo took me on a much-needed adventure vacation with a cast of characters that are both complex and lovable. She wrote the book in a way that, even if you haven't read her Grisha trilogy books, you'd still understand the series. It's a whole different world full of intrigue and cunning. I loved every bit of it. A must-read. Now, some people say that you don't have to read a Grishaverse trilogy in order for you to like read and understand this one. And some people said like for you to be able to understand the magic process or like the how the magic work, the magic system basically, is that you have to read the Grishaverse trilogy. I'm kind of like, should I have read the Grishaverse trilogy first for me to be able to enjoy this a little bit more? There are times that honestly I'm thinking about that, but then like Leigh mentioned, I think, or someone in Goodreads mentioned that you don't have to, so that's why I decided to go for it. And knowing that this is going to be a duology, and I'm only going to be considering this as a duology, I know that there are certain sources out there that are telling that a third book is being planned like in XYZ future, but like I don't have any interest in reading that one. I'm good at seeing this as duology. It is what it is. I consider this as a completed series or a completed duology. That's it. So yeah, and I'm still thinking if that should have been the case, but you know, maybe things happen for a reason. Maybe I would like Grishaverse trilogy more because of the scenario. You know, tendency with me, I tend to like things that a lot of people, or at least in my echo chamber, like didn't really like, so we'll see. Where can I apply to be a crow? Would Seven of Crows still work? Please ask Leigh Bardugo, or if you get to meet Kaz Brekker in real life, go ask him. It felt dragging, but at the same time it is quick-paced. The pillars that held the Grishaverse high can really be felt within this book, and that made this such an amazing read. Now, can't comment on the Grishaverse trilogy or anything about Grishaverse per se, like before the Six of Crows stuff. I agree that it is dragging. Once again, I'm going to say that Bardugo is one of the very talented authors I know. I wasn't that all surprised about the world building since this is a part of the Grishaverse, but the skills to pull up all those schemes and ideas into a single book just shows you how talented she is. Not to mention how Bardugo combined those different POVs and connecting them all to lead the story into where she wanted it to go, And it wasn't confusing at all. At least it wasn't for me, and I was loving and enjoying every bit of the different POVs you see. I somehow hate reading books with different POVs. It makes the story so confusing, scattered, and makes you forget a lot of scenes / parts of the story. But this book that has more than 6 POVs is the very thing that just makes me question my opinions about different POVs book, and had me thinking I should be giving that genre at least a chance. Now, the one that I think that does this well is Rick Riordan. I have to admit that he's really good at creating stories, or especially fantasy books, that have a lot of POVs without making it like an anthology, like every single stream of like understanding a character's circumstance or context, or like their, views, like the way they think, the way that they deliver their, lines, and the way that they speak, basically, or everything about them makes sense of the overall narrative of the story. This one, yes, I'm a little like, and then like the sequencing, I don't think that really helped. And what else can I say? Yeah, let me take a look quickly. So, well, in terms of like, being talented, I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I might enjoy Grishaverse, who knows what. And yeah, it didn't, well, the whole POV part, it didn't really feel like much of an anthology though, but it was really kind of like not captivating. I immediately said in that group chat that we had with my fellow booktubers that, this isn't captivating. I'm like in the second chapter. I know it was quite early for me to say that, but still, it didn't really hook me, didn't intrigue me, and I would like to give Leigh a chance. I think that I'm going to be reading or giving Grishaverse Trilogy a chance, and honestly, I'm intrigued to read Ninth House. Absolutely loved it. The story was very engaging. I love the alternating POVs and the backstories. Each of the crows had an interesting past. The heist was incredible. Everything in the story was great. I could not put it down. The ending made me want to pick up Crooked Kingdom right away. Can't wait to finish the series. Now, like, the first part are things that I didn't really like. Well, to be fair, like, that's why I gave it like 1.5, just to let you know how much rating I gave. I gave it 1.5, and like the only kind of like one of the saving graces of this book is like the ending. It kind of, yes, still gave you that sort of glimpse of hope of what's gonna happen, but like overall the story is just like not engaging. Sorry, but glad for you that it was engaging. Originally read this last year, but decided to reread it before Six of Crows. You mean Crooked Kingdom, right? I'm so happy you made that decision. I had forgotten how rich the story is in detail, from the characters to the world to the plot. Everything is built up so beautifully. The ending still gave me chills, and I need Crooked Kingdom right now. I think there's like a typographical error here. Instead of like putting Crooked Kingdom, like the writer of this review wrote Six of Crows. So feel free to comment down below your thoughts about Six of Crows. Do you agree with those that were stated in some of the reviews that I picked to react on? Or do you even agree with any of my reactions? If you've made it this far, leave a thought bubble emoji. And I hope you folks liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. And also put down links and handles of my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there as well. Also, if you'd like to support me, I do live streams in Kumu. Feel free to drop down some virtual gifts. As Rob Blackburn would say, drop the bombs, so yeah, I hope you folks liked this video, and I hope you had a great time. Now, let's continue seeking for wisdom, always be thankful, and unleash the reader in you. Bye, y'all. Mwah.